Good morning, children. We learned in detail about meristematic tissue, one of the major types of plant tissues. So let us recall other names of four major types of plant tissues. So as you learned, meristematic tissue, dermal tissue, ground tissue, and vascular tissue. So today's class we are going to discuss about dermal tissue. Dermal tissue. To learn the structure and function of dermal tissue, so let us do an activity. So we can use a rio leaf or beetle leaf. Beetle leaf, you know that Tamalapaku in Telugu it is called. We have to take it. So this is a beetle leaf, and we have to tear it in one stroke. So we can observe here a transparent layer. We can observe here a transparent layer, and that a piece of it we have to take it, and if we observe it under the microscope we can see the cells which are arranged like this. Okay, so now the dermal tissue, you can understand the name itself, it is going to be present as a covering tissue. So now the cells of this are very much thick. The cell wall of this dermal tissue is very much thick in nature and smaller in size, and they are present very much close to each other, closely packed, and they are single layered. So this dermal tissue, as you know that it is said to be covering tissue, it is present in almost all parts of the plants. You can take root or stem or the leaves. So different parts we can observe the covering tissue, that is dermal tissue. So the cells are smaller, thick wall is cell wall is very much thicker, and they are single layered. On the basis of their location and function, the dermal tissue is of three types: outer epidermis, middle mesodermis, and innermost endodermis. So wherever they may be present, the cells are closely packed with thick cell wall. They are single layer. So different functions are going to be carried out. So basic function of a dermal tissue is protection. It helps in a protection, and it is also helping in doing different functions according. So if we observe the anatomy of leaf, so now anatomy of leaf means we are going to observe the internal structure of leaf. So now here we can see thick cuticle. So cuticle is also a part of a dermal tissue only, and we can see all other tissues inside, mesophyll which we call, and now it is lower epidermis. So in certain places we are going to observe openings which we call them as stomata. So this stomata, and it is a cuticle, and this layer, outer epidermis, and this is lower epidermis. So in leaf, if we observe, we know that it is covering tissue. So here and upper side and lower side we are observing the dermal tissue, and it forms as a thick layer which we call it as cuticle, and in that epidermal single layer only we are going to observe the openings called as stomata. So these stomata are guarded by bean-shaped guard cells. So this is stomata. Stomata is also a part of dermal tissue. So now leaf structure if we see, so stomata are the openings which we can see, so it will be seen there like this. So these are guard cells. So what is the shape means? Bean shaped guard cells, and there is an opening which we call it as stomata, and these are all which are surrounding, so they are called as epidermal cells. So now epidermal cells, they in leaves, they are going to form a stomata at certain places which are going to help in exchange of gases. Exchange of gases. Exchange of gases. Apart from that, another function is also going to be carried out by stomata. So what is that? What is that function? Transpiration. Transpiration. So what is the meaning of transpiration? Removal of excess water through stomata of leaves. Is it clear to children? So if any excess amount of water is entered in the plant, then it is getting rid or getting out of the plant through the stomata of leaves. So that process we call it as transpiration, where the water, how much amount it is to be present will be maintained. So excess water is going to be sent out also through stomata. So that process we call it as a transpiration. In desert plants, so can you give examples? So you know it very well, aloe vera, which you have in your homes maybe. So that aloe vera plant or cactus or opuntia, all these plants are called as desert plants. So in desert plants, if we observe the stem, it is covered with a white powdery coating. So what is that coating? Waxy coating. Waxy coating we observe in the desert plants. So we know that in deserts water scarcity is there, water problem is there for the plants. So with great difficulty the plants are going to absorb water. That water they have to retain, they have to store in their pots. So whatever that water they have collected, they have taken, so it is going to be stored in the stem portion, and that water is not getting evaporated because of a waxy coating. Okay, so waxy coating is protecting the desert plant. Apart from that, here in desert plants, epidermis forms thicker, and it is having waxy coating, and it helps in preventing water loss. So it helps in preventing water loss. We learned removal of excess water. What do we call that process? Transpiration. So here what will happen if water is lost from the plants? The plant cannot survive. So the process of transpiration has to be controlled in desert plants because of water scarcity. So that is happening because of a thick waxy coating whichever is present on the stems. So that will help in preventing water loss. In roots, if we see, So if you observe carrot or radish, root hairs, fine hair-like structures we are going to observe. What is the use of these root hairs? They help in absorbing water from the soil. So here this is cuticle, and these structures are cuticle. Now I am drawing, and these fine hair-like structures, root, hairs. So that epidermal tissue in roots, it is going to form fine hair-like structures which we call them as root hairs. These root hairs are going to help in absorption of water. Root hairs help in absorption of water and mineral salts. Mineral salts from the soil. So now epidermis tissue, covering tissue, and it is present in different parts. So stomata, it is also developed from the epidermal tissue, and waxy coating in desert plants and root hairs, they are going to help in absorption of water. So now what you have learned with that? We learned about the different functions carried out by the dermal tissue. Now let us learn the functions of dermal tissue. Functions of dermal tissue. So first point, if we see, as we learned already, so as it is said to be covering tissue, it gives protection. So dermal tissue gives protection to the inner parts which are present in the two layers, that is outer epidermis and inner endodermis layers. Whatever the content whichever is present, different types of cells whichever are present, they are getting protected, that is because of dermal tissue. Second point, if we take dermal tissue, as you learned already, that stomata, which is helping in gaseous exchange and transpiration. So it helps in preventing water loss. It helps in preventing water loss by closing the stomata. Is it clear to you? So where do we observe that one? It is seen in the plants which are grown in desert regions. Then even other plants also it happens if it is needed. Third one is it is giving mechanical strength to the different parts of the plant. And if any damage is going to happen to the plant, suppose if we cut any branch or any leaves, if we are going to be cutting, so at that time what is going to happen means mechanical damage will be stopped. Mechanical damage and invasion of parasites or pathogens will be stopped. So here mechanical damage, if it happens, like if we cut, so again new branches are going to develop, so that is going to be stopped because of dermal tissue, and no pathogen is going to enter, or no harmful organisms are entering, that is because of dermal tissue. Mechanical damage here, what you can learn means in acacia and acacia plants. So if we cut on the stem, we can observe a sticky substance whichever is oozing out of the cut portions of the plants. What do we call it? Means that is said to be gum. So this gum is also secreted. Please remember children, gum is secreted from certain cells which are present in the dermal layers of plants. And what for this gum is used means, you know that gum is used in adhesives. Apart from that, it is used in binding industry and in preparing some food items, medicines. We are going to use gum. So what are the uses of gum? Means gum is a sticky substance which is produced from the injured parts of the dermal tissues of plants. So it is used in preparing medicines and adhesives, binding materials. Is it clear to children? Apart from that, it is used in preparing some puddings also. So like that, gum is also produced from the dermal tissue of which plants? Acacia, cassia, neem, sometimes drumstick, mango plants. So we can observe the gum. It is a secretory substance. Please remember that. So regarding secretion and excretion, you are going to learn in detail in 10th class. So gum is secreted from the dermal tissue of these plants. In some plants, if we see that dermal tissue, it forms many layers. The dermal tissue, so outer covering, so suppose this is stem, it forms many layers, and it is going to be called as a bark. What do we call in Telugu? Beradu. Chettu beradu antam kada. So that one is called bark. So bark, how it is formed? The dermal tissue, it is going to form many layers and it forms as bark, and it is giving protection to the plants. Mechanical strength is given to the plants. Thank you.